People all across the country and next week as well and around the world have taken time to honor the late Senator Lindsey Graham. Unfortunately, but sadly, predictably, at the core of the Democratic Party, there is no compassion. We've explained this over and over again, no soul. Now in its place is a group of hateful, selfish, obsessive, radical socialists who hate America and most of the people who live here. Let's give an example. Joy Reid using Senator Graham's death to trash the late senator, suggesting that he was burning in hell. As the headline on Mediaite put it, Joy Reid was dancing on his grave. Take a look.
Lindsey Graham was a knowing, willful, deliberate, heinous criminal. I personally will never forget his racist, sneering, barking dog, racist interrogation of Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson. You sold your soul. You betrayed your friends, your legacy, your own soul. You sold your soul to the devil. And now you get to meet him in person.
So from her basement hate-filled podcast, Joy Reid perfectly now encapsulates the modern radicalized Democratic Party. These radicals, they hate you, they hate our country. They want America to burn. In fact, at the base, the Democratic Socialists want to upend or abolish private property, capitalism, law enforcement, America's borders, and 2 out of the 3 branches of the U.S. federal government. Take a look.
We just don't see the point of the Senate. Historically, it was meant to serve very wealthy people who owned a lot of land. And that's still a system that we have today. And it's something we would change.
So would you like to abolish the Senate?
That's part of our platform. And we don't think that's extreme. We think it's a change that would help make this country more democratic. The Supreme Court was mentioned as something that we would want more democratic oversight over. There's a kind of elitism that comes from just the idea that very specially people who have a certain education or life experience should be making decisions for everybody, and that tends to be pretty elitist.
Now, they know that a socialist takeover would be impossible with checks and balances, which is why they want to control the courts. They want to get rid of the Senate. And keep in mind, this isn't just coming from a fringe group with no power, but you have dozens and dozens of elected Democrats now have called for packing our courts in order to control and ultimately eliminate the U.S. Supreme Court. And think about this. In the last administration, Joe Biden, well, whoever was making the decisions dissolved our borders. And despite the disaster that followed, the Democratic Senate candidate from Texas, our friend James Six-Gender Tallarico, God is non-binary, now bashing the construction of a border wall. Take a look.
I'm worried about what this senseless border wall would do to our tourism here in the region, what it would do to our local economies, that we should be supporting and growing and cultivating, not attacking with political, useless border walls.
Useless to keep out, let's see, known terrorists, murderers, rapists, child molesters, other violent criminals, cartel members, gang members. That seems important to me. Now, Democrats are also against law enforcement in America. For example, in Michigan, socialist-backed Senate candidate Abdul al-Sayed doesn't want police to have guns. He doesn't want to even fund the police. Take a look.
Do police really need to use guns? Do we need as much of a police force? And so if we ask ourselves about how we spend money in the public, where that money goes, where it comes from, we need to make a lot better decisions about investing in the things that root out poverty rather than investing in policing poverty.
Now, that Michigan Senate candidate also campaigned with Hassan Piker, the guy who said America deserved 9/11 and a lot of other bad things. But al-Sayed is favored to win that Democratic primary. Now, of course, he's not exactly facing steep competition from his challenger, Haley Stevens. Take a look at this.
I am going to be working on our behalf. I am going to be telling the stories on our behalf. And you better believe I'm going to be doing it with a little bit of joy, a little bit of enthusiasm, a little bit of energy, and a little bit of stick it to them. because that's the Michigan way. Right?
Gonna stick it to them. Anyway, Democrats in Michigan, do you want a far-left candidate who makes you cringe, or do you want a socialist who's plotting to get rid of the police, health insurance, and the entire country of Israel, hanging out with people who think that America deserved 9/11/01? Because those are the choices now inside the Democratic Party of Michigan. This is a political movement that has lost their way, lost their minds, and in a party full of cowards and radicals and extremists. And it's only going to get worse. All right, thanks for watching. Check out my new podcast, Hanging Out with me, Sean Hannity. The big interviews, the debates you won't get anywhere else. Like and subscribe for new episodes every Tuesday and Thursday.